Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. It is Speed going up against Queen here today. Two of the very strongest players in the world right now. Should be excellent here on Polestar. I always get Polestar and Radeon mixed up at the beginning. They have slightly different layouts of their space tile set in the main bases. But it can be hard to get my brain to recognize that after so many Radeon games. But definitely liking Polestar so far. Fun map, lots of bases in interesting locations. I've actually quite enjoyed Terran vs. Zerg here. You know, there's a lot of bases for Zerg to take that are reasonably defendable, but enough surface area that you can get drop ships to work some as well, which is really, really important for the matchup. So we'll see how these guys end up opening. You know, Speed is... I actually put him more on the technical side for Terran versus Zerg. A lot of Vulture openings, a lot of Wraith openings. But he plays a mean SK Terran as well, which is very, very important. If you get too technical in Terran versus Zerg, I think you get very, very weak. It's like... I think that's why Royal's so good at the matchup. I think he's disproportionately better at this matchup than the others, because he has like some of the best technical openers, but plays really good SK Terran as well. So it's very hard. You can't just go in being like, okay, I basically know what's going to happen. Whereas actually a lot of players you can do that against. Like, for instance, you look at someone like, you know, like a Light. Like, yeah, Light will sometimes go for like a mech build or something, or a teched out build, but for the most part, it's SK Terran, you know? If someone's going to do something 80% of the time, that's, you know, you're pretty on top of how to play against them. You can open pretty normally and feel good about it. But when you're playing someone like Speed, where I'm like, I don't know, man, 50% of the time he gets gas. A little bit harder, I think, to prep for. Okay, so the two workers meet, so they both know the positions each other are in based on that timing. Speed is going for just a bio opener, it looks like. Queen, very standard here. Hatch first into what looks like it'll probably be 2 hatchery Mutalisk. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to see just how these two are going to butt heads. You know, I think Queen is looking really good lately, and obviously Speed is. We know that. But can Queen just like outmuscle Speed here? I actually, based on the openings we've seen so far, I actually do give Queen a little bit of an advantage. Like, I think right now, in the current metagame, the current levels everyone's playing at and understanding, I think Zerg is a little bit favored against Terran. We've seen that with all the SK Terran openers. Like, the win rate for SK Terran, at least a few months ago, went really, 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 really low. Everyone was just starting to cheese this Terran. Now, as ASL's come back up, everyone has been kind of, like, returning to it a little bit and playing it a bit better, and the win rate has recovered a bit. But yeah, still very hard against a player the level of Queen to make it work. So this is going to be a... What? What? Okay, I'm sorry. That's crazy. I've never seen this build. So, and this will sound like it's not a big deal, but this is really, really different. You went for the second barracks. When you go second barracks that quickly, it's either to make a big Marine count. You know, like if you maybe you think he might play cheesy or something, or to go 2 racks Academy Rush. But he went second barracks into Engineering Bay and isn't even using it. He's very light on Marines right now. Zergling Speed's going to finish. Six slings coming across the map. He'll be fine. He's not going to die or anything. Just, this is very weird. It doesn't look well optimized. What I think happened is he started this, and then he recognized something with his scout where he's like, +1. Because this is very bizarre. Very bizarre. Right, the SCV actually sees the drone going by. +1 on the way, stim on the way. This kind of reminds me of like a command center first opening. where you kind of go everything at once because you just have a better economy, but he doesn't have that. So it's like he had to skimp Marines, so it didn't really make that much sense. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you have an idea of why this opening looks like this. Okay, so the SCV actually gets in here. It saw the drone going over here, and then it still gets in the main base. So this is an excellent SCV. He sees literally the start timing of the Mutalisks. So he doesn't need to scan. In fact, his scans are very, very late here. And he sees, of course, that there's a third hatchery. Range already started before his missile turrets. He's going up to the 4X play. So that kind of lines up with the engineering bay first. Marines and medics headed towards this bottom right. This could be a genius play. He's going to force a cancel, I think. Let's see if Queen can hold that. If he can get his mutas over here, like he's trying to save the links. He's trying to buy time right now. If he can save this hatchery, that's huge. 4 mutas, 6 lings against Stim and 2 medics. I think Queen barely saves it. A lot of damage going down. Yeah, I think his medics might have wanted to be in the back a little bit, but... yeah, and you can see without the range how hard this can be. So he does end up saving it. About a third of the health left on it. But that was a reasonably large sacrifice. Okay. 5th racks. So speed is basically going all in Marine Medic. Yeah, the factory would be so late at this point. It would be a huge, huge problem. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't go factory at some point. But, like, let's say that we already had a Hydralis Den out. This would become pretty hard for speed unless he instantly attacked down here and killed this. But he's definitely going for a kill on that base. All right, scans the natural, but doesn't really see too much from that scan. Hydralis Den does get started. Quite a few Marines and medics coming down with that +1 attack, with that range upgrade. Factory gets started. That's a late factory. Again, not end of the world, but doesn't transition that well into vessels. The 5 racks Marine medic pump is going to have to kill this base, really. Some reinforcements coming down. The Overlord does see the reinforcements. If he had anything out to stop those reinforcements, that'd be really, really good. But, you know, he's droning right now. He does have a full group of mutas. Not really finding any damage with the Marines and medics yet. He is reinforcing a rather large group of Marines here. Queen picks off a fair amount of Marines. Oh, this is going to counterattack, it looks like. Like this, that's going to go hit that base while the mutas are busy with this. This actually makes a lot of sense. Because as soon as you commit your whole army to going up this ramp and the mutas go up here, the mutas get very cost efficient. So instead, he sends a secondary group and tries to reinforce with the primary group. Now, this was a very intelligent, like, cool move, but Queen still holds it off. Now he's using the eggs for some glaives. He only has this single sunk here, and it's pretty low, so I think speed still has a good chance at maybe getting this. The lings come in, but that's not a great area to engage. There's not a lot of surface area for those lings. Of course, like I said, as they're coming up the ramp, if your mutas are up here, it's really hard for them to get up. He's actually doing a great job picking off units here as well, by the way. Great job. More Marines coming down. Science facility on the way. A lot more lings coming in. Okay, he's going to crush this army now. This is incredibly important. Once he kills this, this group needs to go home. Oh, he's trying to make them meet up. All right, gets on top of this, but a lot of his units are not fighting here. The lings actually were all on attack move to where the Marines used to be. All right, that was a good clearing there from Queen. You can see all the Zergs, all the top Zergs are really getting good at this style of just crushing armies with Muta Ling. That might be why Speed wanted to do something like this, just to have like higher Marine medic counts to try to prevent that from happening. It still happened though. Now Muta's with a little bit of a counterattack. Irradiate is on the way. Vessel's coming out too. Ling's coming for a bit of a counterattack. Yeah, they're not going to find anything against 1-1 Marines. Some lurkers have been started though. It's going to make it a lot harder to get anything done. Defiler Mound coming too. So he's going to have to start relying on that starport tech a bit more. Well, a bit at all, I guess, considering his first vessel has just popped out. Obviously, he's going to need some irradiates on these mutas, as I think they are going to continue to counterattack. The later starports really give the mutas more viability longer into the game. Very annoying stuff. All right, gets a decent irradiate. The split is okay, though. Does a pretty good job with that split. A couple of mutas are up. He really needs to get those to the ramp. Does need a second irradiate. It's not ready, though. He doesn't know that. Gonna be running out of there. Ling's coming maybe to stop reinforcements. Oh, dude, he didn't burrow. Queen. All right, the counterattack is doing pretty well, but it's turning into a bit of a base trade. These Marines and medics able to break up that ramp since only one of the two lurkers was burrowed. That is a huge oversight. Some good counter damage here at the natural, but honestly, Speed is probably going to be ahead from this. Terran can recover from, like, their second base being hurt more than Zerg can recover from losing their third. That, he really needed the two lurkers. He needed them burrowed. The fact that he had one, it's like, yeah, I'll just attack that. It's fine. Now, two dropships come. This is amazing because he has a lurker trap waiting for those Marines. Instead, he just lifts them up. Oh, might end up losing those, though. Really nice here from Queen. Very worth, I'd say. Oh, and look, the hold position, he walks right over them. I don't know if they're going to end up doing anything here. Lurkers out in the middle of the map. Oh, he actually catches some good spines. Yeah, and all the units get out of there. The hold position never, the trap never goes off. Drop from that bottom right natural. Queen gun clear that as well. Gonna radiate the Defiler. Bunch more lurkers coming up. Well, you know what? If he gets lurkers into a decent position here, this still is winnable for Queen. Even though I am liking the position here of Speed a little bit more. Queen is trying to take a third base, so that'll be up relatively soon. But yeah, if you shove all this up here, if you get on top of the natural, that's oftentimes a win. If you get on top of the barracks, that is almost always a win. You see the vessel's actually turning around. I think he realizes that there is a lot of danger coming towards him right now. Needs to get that Defiler. Yep. Radiate some of these lurkers as well. Stimming forward with those Marines, picking off the lurkers. Huge, huge moment right there. No Dark Swarm will be cast at his natural. Now, at least. Counterattack into the new third base. That's going to pop very quickly. Yeah, some radiates on those lurkers as he backs up. Third command center going up. New base for Queen. Unable to really get anything going, though. Yeah, trying to pick off anything he can, but unfortunately, it's just nothing is working out. Another Defiler picked off as well in the middle. He's throwing down hatcheries. Yeah, just going to GG. I'm not too surprised about that. That was a bizarre opening from Speed. Queen did a great job crushing the army. The real problem is he didn't have two lurkers, so it's like there was no units lost from Speed as he worked up here. And the counterattacking play from queen was good, but really, like, you can't get into that type of early game, like, base tradey situation. 2 base Zerg just doesn't maintain. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.